IBPS results are now out. Many of the selected candidates recommend preparing for descriptive exam from the beginning. To prepare content for the essay writing, we need to understand a variety of topics from the editorial section. We discuss these from The Hindu, Times of India, Indian Express, etc. daily at 9 am. So do join the editorial discussion session on Oliveboard YouTube platform.
Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to Olive. Okay. Yeah.
IBPS results are now out. Many of the selected.
Yeah, Dinesh, Soumya, okay, all those people present here, very good evening guys, very good evening. So today's session is on analysis of third exam, 3rd October IBPS PO prelims exam. So yeah, very quickly share the session and we'll be doing a complete analysis. I know many of you will be writing the exam on 10th and 11th. By the way, in the chat, Arjun, okay, para Jumble one आने chance है, आने का chance है, बिल्कुल है. I will tell you why. Arjun, you asked a very good question. I will tell you why. But first, tell me how many of you are going to write the exam on 10th and 11th. All of the people present here, will you have exam on 10th or 11th? 10th and 11th, all of these people. Right. So what I did is I spoke to few students. I of course asked them about the question types asked, what was their attempt. We did analysis also, but only first 2 slots. We want to know all the 4 slots, type of questions asked. I also want to point out things which were repeated in all the slots. What now you have to do, because today is 6th, right? So 7th, 8th, 9th. We have only 3 days. What you should focus on now, right? For the 3 days, what you should practice or probably look or revise probably, right? प्रिया का 10th को है, निशांत का 10th को, अंशिका का 11th को पेपर है, जेबा 10th first shift. Okay. So what we want to do is, what learnings can we take from the 3rd October IBPS PO prelims exam? What learnings? Because of course there you might have heard a lot of people giving the feedback, a lot of students, or probably you would have taken feedback from your friends, right? Or people who are studying with you, your peers who have given the exam on 3rd. Probably they did some silly mistakes. They want to tell you, okay, not to do this because I did it, and of course you should avoid it. So all those learnings which can be useful for you for 10th and 11th slots, right? So Nidin, Abhi, I will not talk about the result of SBI J pre, though it is expected soon, but yeah, we'll focus on these things, right? ठीक है, Jyotika, Shishika, English is deciding factor. According to Shrikant is saying English is deciding factor. I would probably agree to that. Okay, but I want to know the overall level, and also if there are people present here who have given the exam already on 3rd, I would like you to interact in the chat and let me know where did you go wrong, or which question type you found the most easy. Though I have collected my data, but still, if you can share, definitely it will be very useful for my students who are going to write the exam on 10th and 11th. Okay. Okay. 3rd shift 80 plus. Alok is here, by the way. 3rd shift 80 plus attempt. Should I prepare for mains? Yes, Alok. If your accuracy level was good, please start preparing for mains. If 80 plus is what you have attempted with accuracy. Okay, Alok, don't waste time. Start preparing for mains. Right? Yes, definitely, Khushi. Sectional cutoff is there. Right? Okay, now let's move to the PPT. Let me show you the graph, or the table probably, which I have for all of you. So basically day 1, all slots. So if we talk about the 4 slots that were there, I did the analysis for first 2. So I know this first one was an easy slot, by the way. So whoever I spoke to, like my students who gave the exam in the first slot on day 1, which is 3rd of October, they say the section was easy, right? Because good attempts would be 25, because they were able to do many questions, right? It was scoring for many. Sachin, very good evening, right? So 3rd October English paper, first slot was easy. Please listen to me carefully, right? And these are the question categories. Slot 2 was moderate. Let me write it here. Slot 2 was moderate. Yeah. Swami, when was your exam? Tell me. Nishant, first and four I think were easy, right? First and four slot. So slot 2 was moderate. Some people or some students I heard, they found it tough, right? Slot 2 exam they found tough. Basically, we don't have to worry about the differences in difficulty level because what happens is normalization. But again, you will see the difficulty level doesn't vary so much across the slots. It's not that if one paper they'll give easy, they'll give the second slot very, very difficult, right? It will be in the same range when we talk about this range of easy to moderate. So simply, I think fourth was an easy one, right? Okay, third or fourth में से एक slot easy, the moderate level. Okay, sorry, this was an easy one. This was again a moderate level paper, just as per your students' feedback, right? Because they are the ones who give the paper, they will know better, right? If I go and solve, I think probably I'll have a different way of looking at questions and my feedback will be little different. But here, what students said, what was their feedback that way. Now, if you will talk about, अच्छा विपुल बोल रहा है सबसे टफ शिफ्ट था फोर्थ स्लॉट ठीक है सेकंड का मैंने एनालिसिस किया था पीपल वर सेइंग इट वाज मॉडरेट टू टफ द स्टूडेंट्स एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स वर सेइंग इट वाज मॉडरेट एंड द अदर्स वर सेइंग दैट सेकंड स्लॉट वाज टफ सो आई कैन राइट मॉडरेट टू डिफिकल्ट फॉर सेकंड एंड फोर्थ स्लॉट तो हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं फर्स्ट एंड 3 वर रिलेटिवली easier right were relatively easy than you if you compare it with second and fourth slot can we say that right So RC questions, I'll come to that, Jyoti. Many said there were indirect questions in RC. I have everything. I have the data. I'll just share. Okay. So, yeah. Sneha is saying toughest of the day overall. It was fourth one, right? Everybody is agreeing to that fourth one. All of those who have given the exam. Guys, your feedback will be very, very important here. Let me tell you, your feedback really matters here because you were the people who went, even all those who gave the exam on third. Okay. और फोर्थ में था पैरा रीअरेंज विपुल दैट वाज जस्ट चेंज तो आई विल जस्ट मेंशन फोर्थ में सिंगल सेंटेंस की जगह पीजे पैरा जंबल पैरा अरेंज ठीक है so guys please Sunita will come to the question basically this I am not taking this session for just question practice that you have mocks that you have a variety of sources I want people to understand what learnings can they take from the slots that are already done what they need to do for the next 3 days that is my motive for today's session so don't worry about the questions Sunita we have done a lot of practice already this is very important because now only 3 days left okay fillers okay second shift fillers were tricky now see guys let us divide this when we talk about easy level moderate level or easy to moderate or moderate to difficult level it ranges not all questions are tough not all questions are easy so majority questions when I talk about easy majority questions were in the easy of course category for the first slot few were tricky right like fillers in the second slot were tricky right here fillers were tricky you are saying but again here word interchange must have been simple or closest must have been simpler so it depends now if you talk about the range 25 22 22 to 24 so what is the range that you find here common can I say English attempts from 21 to 25 can I just say that good of course correct attempts basically accuracy matters for accuracy you get additional marks also so correct attempts can I say collectively right correct I will not say correct attempts I'll say good attempts for all these slots collectively can I say this range 21 to 25 normalization will happen according to the difficulty level that is there right ठीक है except English third slot okay we'll concentrate on English only Alok ठीक है so except English you found that you of course you experienced that third slot for other sections were difficult but here we'll concentrate on English only slot wise how it varies right so probably this might be the case that in few slots one section is difficult right and the other like of course in all the slots one section is tough and in other one if suppose in slot 1 English is easy slot 2 quant is easy that can also be the case right okay can I say 21 to 25 guys now this is not to pressurize you people that on 10th and 11th whoever is writing the exam minimum you will have to do 25 so don't panic in the exam it might be a possibility that you don't even get easy level questions and then normalization usually happens judge your own set basically so don't panic like of course it's never too varied I am telling you this probably they'll give a moderate set what is expected is a moderate set not very simple and not very tough so this is the level you should be prepared There is huge possibility you'll get a moderate set paper. But understand, guys, right? Khushi saying like that it always happens that first slot is easy. You can say that, Khushi, but it is not the case. Even if the other slots are there, it's not very, very different, right? Or very, very difficult from the first slot if you compare. So 10th and 11th, you can expect a moderate paper. Second thing, please remember, in each slot, there will be some questions in the section which will be easy level, which will be scored. Don't worry about 3rd October paper that people attempted 25 out of 30, or they attempted 27 out of 30. There was one who attempted 30 out of 30, right? Don't worry about that, because I will tell you why. Judge your own paper, because again, it might be that the level is totally different. And then if you have this in your mind that, okay, I'll have to attempt a lot, you will probably go for guesswork, which will not work for you. So guesswork doesn't work, right? Okay, 10:30 shift is Sunita's second shift, I think. Yeah, obviously 10:30 shift is second one. Okay, first understand this. Now guys, please concentrate on the question types. Which ones I told you? I guaranteed told you RC will be there. I guaranteed told you error spotting will be there. Word interchange, I told you so many times that this is a prelim level question. Match the following, they did not give, but these are the questions you can expect. For 10th and 11th, there might be, in place of word interchange, they might give match the following, or they might continue with this question only, word swapping, word interchange. Some people call word swapping, right? And single sentence arrangement, this also I told you pre-type question, right? Now these are the question types which I told you will be standard questions, which you will definitely find, and it was there. Highest weightage to RC, like always, right? Nothing changes here, right? But what you can score from is word interchange, error spotting, and single sentence arrangement. Phrase replacement, I think again it was moderate. And RC, many people were saying indirect questions. Now I'll come to that also. What kind of indirect questions? Why people could not attempt those questions, right? So, okay, misspelled words, Karthik. Yes, that is also pre-level. You can include it in part of error spotting itself. See, across the slots, it is common. They never leave grammar error spotting questions anytime. Across the slot, they never leave RC question. So, these are the common ones. Somebody was asking me yesterday, I think Mohit, I don't know if he is here. Interface is, of course, the old one, so no problem. Mohit was asking me, should I leave RC? Because everybody, everybody is giving the feedback that RC was, a typical one, a tough one, a complicated one. It's not the case, guys. I'll talk about the topics also of RC, but please understand, you can't leave reading comprehension questions. Straight away, you cannot leave 7 or 8 marks. That will be a huge problem. Para-Jumble Justin was there in one slot, can be there for 10th and 11th exam also, right? Okay, Para-Jumble Justin was there in one, so can be there. You can expect it. If you're lucky, you'll get single sentence arrangement. But Para-Jumble also, I have one question, Arjun, we'll practice. See shift 1, for example, technology and education. Now, from this RC topic, they gave 2 vocabulary, they gave 1 filler, they highlighted 1 sentence, and they asked you what is the meaning of this highlighted sentence. This was the question. Now everybody is complaining, ma'am, these are indirect questions, very, very tough. Guys, we have done these questions. It's there in the mocks. Indirect, you know what kind of questions are asked? Tone, right? Inference based. What can you infer from this sentence? It's not that these are tough. You have to use elimination here. Please don't leave RC question even if all are indirect. So some people are saying out of 8, at least 5 to 6 were indirect only for RC, which is okay. Don't leave this set. First thing. Error, there were 3 sentences given. You have to find the correct one. I think logic wise you were able to do this. I didn't find people complaining or students complaining about this part. This was the easiest for most of them. This was the easiest for most of them, right? So basically technology and education. Then there were topics like artificial intelligence. Guys, please don't get nervous when you find a topic which is a little different from what you have not you're not familiar with. Please try to understand. Some way or the other, we still can eliminate our option choices. Yes, Sunil, definitely sentence arrangement was there. Single sentence arrangement is the most scoring question you can get, and it was there, right? That is why the attempts have gone to this level, right? That is why the range of attempts I am saying is 21 to 25. Otherwise, people would not have attempted so many questions, right? Right? So, okay. So basically, Alok is saying third shift RC question contains more than one answer. That was tricky. Alok, what was your topic of RC? Tell me. So more than one, like if you're saying more than one answer, then you probably need to figure out, or the practice was less, how to eliminate. There must be some hint you would have got, right? So basically people get nervous looking at RC question, which you should avoid, guys. RC question. Okay, so Alok, just tell me what was your topic of discussion. And Nihal, yeah, tell me what is your question. Nihal, I don't think you asked me anything. Okay, like 1 and 2. Okay, options. Basically, students get irritated with RC. Mobile voice and AI technology. Yes, Dipanshu is correct here. Okay, so usually people get irritated because RC questions, they are a bit, you have to focus and read. You have to focus a lot and read, right? So which are correct, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, if options are like that, you have to focus and read. You have to be very calm while solving RC. That will take time. But there were no new pattern questions. Leela, good, you bought this. Of course, you mentioned this point. There were no new type questions. Everything which we have covered in mocks, in practice sessions, in marathon sessions, everything, right? Paragraph arrangement is, Nihal, definitely possible. Obviously, it was there in one slot. 10th, 11th, you can expect. I told you this. I already answered this. Paragraph arrangement is definitely possible, but not a very tough level. Nihal, it will be easy to moderate level. Right? Okay. There was no new pattern. No, there's no new pattern. Right? And how much time, Vihari is asking a valid question. For 8 marks RC, how much time did you give? Or how much time will you give? Again, for 8 marks RC, because you are saying indirect questions were there, give 7 minutes. It's okay, because you will save time from errors. You will save time from word interchange. These are questions which can be done very quickly. So give 7 minutes. But because indirect questions are there, that is why I am saying 7 minutes means you can read your options very carefully. Right? Okay. Getting less marks in Oliveboard or Vikas, don't worry. 18, 19, 20 mock if you have completed. Guys, those who have not done these mocks, last 3 days, this is what you have to do. Mock number 18, 19, 20. This is close to your original paper level. Okay? Like Shrishti is saying 6 to 7 minutes. Yeah, even I said 7 minutes is fine because there are a lot of indirect questions in RC. Right? So except RC, third shift English was doable. Alok, do you remember any of the words asked? Just share that also. So before 3 days remaining. So what you will do for these 3 days, those who are going to write the exam, you will have to do these mocks. You have to complete 18, 19, 20. Match the following is expected. Word interchange is again expected. Right? So like second slot, there were 5 errors, sentence improvement. And sentence improvement, my student has only told that similar like what we practiced in class. Like I have done that in class with all of you. जैसे आपने क्लास में प्रैक्टिस करवाया था exactly वैसा. This is the feedback from the student, right? So close test, there were 7 questions approx and 3 to 4 easy they are getting. So basically moderate, you can say close test also, right? So there will be title, there will be synonym. RC, there will be title question, there will be synonym antonym, there might be a tone question. All this is just indirect, but we have done the practice of these questions also. Others were easy to attend. Prabhuda, very good evening. Acha, Manvi ka request aaya hai, bring marathon session before 10. I'll try, Manvi, but let's see. 20 marks, how to get more than 20 marks? Take care of accuracy. The paper is not that tough. So people are able to attempt more than 20 already. In the first day, they have attempted more than 20. You can see majority, right? So good attempts are like that, 25, 22, 20. So this will be the range basically. Okay. So Prabhuda's exam on 11th. And Tuesday, yes. Thursday I have a class. Vihari, thanks. Thursday we'll do practice sessions. Okay. So last minute tips is there and with questions we'll do that. Okay. I think Manvi that will do Thursday before your exam. Okay, we'll extend that if possible, right? So last minute tips plus a lot more questions for all of you. One set we'll do. Okay. Okay. So this is the of course, the range, I will say, right? So paper will be easy to moderate, not moderate to tough, Prabhuda. It will be easy to moderate. Range will be more towards moderate level, I would say. So that is what is expected, right? So we have questions like these. So I have put a few questions, guys, a few only. And one is tone question also, because everybody is so scared of RC. I don't know why people got scared. There was one feedback in which I was listening, one video I was watching. There's one feedback by a student where she could not attempt all the questions. So that is sad, guys. If 20 minutes are given, please manage your time effectively. We have done so many practice sessions with timer on. 20 minutes means at least you should be able to. She said that English, she was not able to look at the last two questions, which is sad, obviously, because she must have, of course, taken too much time. English, it should never happen that 20 minutes you find less. English, I think it should never happen. Right, means if the practice is less, then that is a problem, but 20 minutes are usually sufficient for section. Okay. So Karan, have you completed 18, 19, 20 mock? Then only you ask me about the English simplified book. Karan, see, I will suggest you last 3 days for English simplified book, do 3 questions from each set. The practice from where it is starting, error practice, 3 practice of match the following, 3 questions, like do variety. So 3 questions from different question categories, Karan, if you want to follow the book. But Karan, if you have not completed 18, 19, 20 mocks, I would say last 3 days give for this. Mock 18, mock 19, mock 20. Okay, right? Okay, so here you just have to arrange this part, arrange this. So what will be the answer? Like simple arrangement, single sentence arrangement is this only. So if you don't know the question pattern, single sentence arrangement, I've done this a lot many times in class. I told you pre-level. ये सब pre वाले questions है. ये mains में इतने importance नहीं देंगे, importance नहीं रखते. ये सब pre-level questions है. ठीक है? So C and AG's observations in its divisible taxes pool. Okay. Audit report relate to the denial of state's financial. I think, So basically we have, this is part A. Right, so this is part A, this is part C. Okay, so there's one this thing. So part B. Okay, understood. Yeah, ACB and some are saying BAC. Read both. In the share, you cannot start with this, guys. Definitely not, of course. Definitely not ACB will be the answer. Yes. So you cannot start with B, basically. In the share, you cannot start. So starting will be A, obviously. This is very obvious. If you can see the options, only one option is there with A. Right? So the CAG's observations in its divisible taxes pool. Okay. We have B, audit report relate to the denial of state's financial. There's some missing. Okay, guys, we'll leave this one because there's, I think, some interchange of the alphabet. I think the question is there's some error with this. Let's leave this because I think I have not placed B correctly there, which is okay. We'll go to the next one, a proper question. I don't want to confuse you unnecessarily where the question is not correctly mentioned. I will not confuse my students at the last moment. Please do this one. Please do this one, error question. Do this error question. That is better. In that one, I think there's some placement. I can find that. Okay, I can figure that out. Okay, guys, error. Okay, similar question was there. There were 3 and some were saying what. Okay, so basically this is direct first and second shift. 3 sentences were given and they asked which one is correct. And options were like 1 and 2 or only 1, like this. This was the question asked, right? 1 and 2, only 1, 3 sentences. So you can find, but the logics were simple. According to student feedback, the logics were simple here for error. Okay. So what is asked here? Again, the correct option is what you have to figure out. So tell me your answers. Okay. Some are saying D. But we can eliminate. 2 and 4 are not clear, right? What is being compared? Teachers will be able to pay a visit to our schools and compare teaching methods for their own makes no sense. For their own what? What is being compared? Compare the teaching method with their own what? Yeah, of course. Now here, 2 is eliminated for sure. 4th also looks unclear. 1 can be eliminated. Compare to should be used here, right? Compare to is used to compare things which are not similar. We will say compared with. Basically, I would say you use that preposition hint in this question. So, see here, compare with, here for, here to. So, for things which are not similar, we use to. Which are not similar. Things which are not similar, we use compare to. Right? So, here we are talking about similar things. So, 1 cannot be the answer because 2 is wrong here. The correct answer here is C. The correct answer here is C. So teachers will be able to visit our schools and compare our teaching methods with their own, right? With their own means referring to their own teaching methods, right? So we'll be able to visit our school and compare. Our means हमारी teaching methods उनकी teaching methods से. So there with there you cannot compare. So it is of course contextually only wrong. D1, right? So plural here, just use this logic. We have to use compare with when we compare similar things. So half of your solution is done, right? Right. Compare to and compare with. Prabhuda, see, compare to is used for things which are not similar. Compare with is used for things which are similar, right? That is the difference. Yes, our is correct, definitely plural. ठीक है? So our teaching methods with their own. ठीक है? हमारे टीचिंग मेथड्स अपने खुद के टीचिंग मेथड से कंपेयर करेंगे. सिंपल, हमारे टीचिंग मेथड्स अपने खुद के मेथड से कंपेयर करेंगे. ठीक है? चलो, नेक्स्ट इज पैरा जंबल. गाइस, दिस वाज देयर इन फोर्थ शिफ्ट. Please don't expect that you'll be lucky and you'll not get this question type. They might ask you para jumble in your shift as well. So don't worry, just judge the question. I've always told you, don't just directly leave questions, right? Okay, and please quickly solve this. Try to solve this, right? I have two exams. Okay, Ambika, you have HP Cooperative Bank also, and will you be able to manage, Ambika? Right, 2 exams on the same day. See, last one, guys, it is already fixed. Last sentence is fixed, highlighted one. So we have 6 sentences. Last one is fixed. First, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last is fixed. Prabhuda, keep para jumble for the last. Attempt RC somewhere in the starting or the middle, but please keep para jumble for the last. Okay, that will be okay. Okay, so how will you start? How will you start this? First, we always find introduction. So definitely located in the Western Pacific Ocean, the Republic of, we are talking about this place. All the sentences, if you read, focus on this place. Where is the place introduced? In B. So first will be B. Right. No, first will be B. You will introduce the place. Right. The country. Right, there is entire discussion is about a country. So where country name introduction is in B. Right. CD pair. C is telling us what drives the economy and D tells us the magnitude. So like many other nations, this relies on this. Of course, Palau also relies on tourism. Each year, many tourists come. Strongs means many tourists come from all over the world. So CD is a pairing, definitely. So I'll put CD pairing on the side. Then any other pairing, guys? E is telling us the phenomena in recent years. Usually each year many tourists come, but in recent years, the number of visitors are almost 7 times greater, right? So C, D, E. Basically second will be your C and D pairing. Next continuation will be E. The remaining sentence is definitely AF. As a conclusion, you will use AF. Right? So basically however, as those numbers continue to grow, problems arise. Numerous examples. Now problem is mentioned in F. So you'll talk about these problems arise before F. So AF is already a pair. If you have one fixed sentence, you will always take hint. What will come before F? Before the fixed sentence. A. AF was a pairing, CD was a pairing. Right? This is how you solve. First introduction, then through pairing method. So CD and AF are obvious pairings here. You can expect this kind of level in the exam for your 10th and 11th shifts, which is now, which level is this? Which level is this? This is a moderate question, which is doable question, guys. It's not very complicated or tricky para jumble. If they are giving in some slots sentence, single sentence arrangement, in some slots para jumble, the difficulty level will not be too different, right? Not extreme different, because single sentence arrangement are so simple. So similarly, they will give a similar level for para jumble also. So expect a moderate, not more than that. Shankar, CB कैसे होगा बताओ? It relies on tourism, and then we are saying located. First, we always, Shankar, introduce what we are talking about. So a new name, a noun. Introduction sentence is always a new place, a theme, a noun. All the sentences talk about this place. So introduction will be obviously accordingly, right? So B will be introduction. Okay. So guys, it is doable. Don't get scared of these questions, right? Just check the question, right? So whoever has exam on 10th and 11th. By the way, yeah, Jyotish has a good question. All those who gave exam on 3rd, how was it, guys? Were you able to do para-jumble or no? That I would also like to really know. Were you able to do para-jumble question when you gave exam on 3rd, 4th slot? Chalo, next one. This is there, word interchange. It's there in almost all the slots. Very, very easy. You can fetch marks from here. Please don't do silly mistakes here. Yeah, Rakshit, para-jumble bilkul aa sakta hai. Definitely, you can expect it. Para-jumble ka question, were you able to attempt or no? Not single sentence. Complete para 1. Passage recent topics. Rakshit, passage, they are asking about recent, they're giving recent topics. Online education. One was petroleum one, I think. Something about environment. One was AI, right? So all these recent topics. Nothing old. One was also related to pandemic, I think. One slot, RC was also related to pandemic topic. Something related to pandemic also. So all the recent topics, Rakshit, for RC. Okay. A decades-long examination of a star what? Of a star orbiting the black hole, right? Moving, of course, across the black hole. So AC, which is an obvious. What you have to do in these questions is start reading. Where you find the word little odd, check that option and see what pairing is given with that and accordingly mark your answer, right? So that is the best. And this will be a set of 3, I think. Set of 3 they might give, like we decide. I told you this before the exam only, 3rd October exam. And that happened also, word interchange was there. Okay. Now only this para you will read and tell me the tone of the para. Here you have to decide the tone. Guys, indirect questions are being asked. Now they have stopped asking direct questions. It's same like SBI. SBI never asked RC direct questions. So that will be waste. Indirect questions are asked now. Indirect ones. Exactly. Alok, third shift, pandemic effect on male and female work life. So all new category RCs are asked. New topics RC. Okay. Prabhuda, don't worry about the mocks. Oliveboard mocks are a bit tougher than your level, actual level that they are giving. Don't focus on your mock scores. Now is not the time. Last 3 days. If you want, you can do last 3 mocks, which are a little similar level, and figure out where you are going in this mocks. Instead of getting nervous with the marks, instead try to learn what you can, like mistakes you can avoid there. Okay. So basically, it's locate. This is a place description. Now see the options. Now see the options and tell me what is the tone that you will mark here. It describes the beauty of the mountain, Khwab Karpo, right, in an elaborate manner, right? So it's talking about the beauty. So what will you mark here? Guys, option में descriptive कहाँ है? See the options, no? कहाँ है descriptive options में? Apologetic means to express guilt. That I am sorry, apology. You ask, express guilt. आप sorry बोलते हो, you express guilt about something, that you're sorry for something, right? Euphemistic, EU means always positive word. EU is a positive word meaning well. So basically, euphemistic. Which means, I have told you this. Euphemism means using mild words instead of harsh. Suppose somebody dies, we don't say he is dead. We say he passed away. Mild words instead of harsh words. You try to, use words which will not hurt others. Instead of harsh words, you use mild words. That is euphemism. Okay. Now, the other words, acerbic, I have told you, very common tone, guys. Don't forget. Dislike, showing very hatred, extreme dislike or extreme disapproval. Right? Extreme disapproval. What is pedestrian tone? Which is a dull tone. Pedestrian means a dull, boring tone, which is lacking inspiration, which lacks excitement, right? Lacking inspiration. So pedestrian tone is something which is a dull tone. By the way, all those guys who have the exam on 10th and 11th, please check my lecture on RC tones. It's there on Oliveboard Edge. If you're not there on Edge, if you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe. And anyways, just revise this. Before you go for the exam, revise tones and approach for title questions. That is important. Approach to solve title questions and tone. Right? The answer here will be grandiose. The word itself has the meaning grand.